Last week in class, we talked about adding grass into Unity, and one of the things that we encountered was that our grass sort of floated all over the place. So let's just duplicate that real quick so we remember where we're at. So I'm just going to add a new detail mesh. I'm under my terrain in my paint details here. Add detail mesh, and I'll choose one of my grass objects. I'm going to just choose this one right here. All right, and I'm just going to keep this at close to white here, right like that. And we'll close that, and we'll go ahead and say add. And then if I paint this in real quick, you'll see, oh, we've got the wrong one there. Let's just erase that real quick. I'll leave that one there. We'll paint this one. This is the one we're looking for, right? So we've got some in there. And then if we hit play, you can see, hey, look, our grass is going to be dancing all over the place, right? It just looks hilarious. It's not a great way to have grass. So let's see how we would fix this problem. Okay. So what we want to do is go back into Maya, into our grass models. So right here is our grass model, and this is the one that we just finished painting. So what we want to do here is in our modeling subset here, we're going to go into Mesh Display, and we're going to go ahead and create um, a or sort of click on this apply color here. So we'll just go ahead and click on this. And what we want to do is we'll go ahead and do individual channels just so we can see what's going on here. Now the key thing here is we want to make sure that we're not overriding any materials or anything like that. So we're going to paint everything red, green, blue 100%. But our alpha we're going to make 0, right? So let's take a look at what that does. We'll just go ahead and select all the vertices right like that, and we'll say apply. It looks like it disappears, so let's just see what happens, however, when we take this model into our Unity program. So we'll take this, we'll say File, and we're going to say Export Selection, and I'll just save right over top of that other file, right like that. So we'll hit yes. I'll go into Unity. All right, you won't notice a huge change here yet. The reason is you really need to go in and say edit details and say edit and then say apply in there, so it sort of reloads that in. Now let's see what happens if I hit play. You'll notice that, hey, look, that grass completely stays still, whereas that other grass is moving around like it was, right? Now, okay, so, that's interesting. But maybe we want that grass to move around a little bit, at least on the tops, right? So let's fix that. So back in Maya, all right, back in Maya, what we'll do now is we'll just grab maybe some of these top vertices, something like this, okay, like that. Actually, let's grab a little bit more. Let's maybe grab something like, oh, that there. Now let's just bring our alpha up just a small amount. All right, so something like that. And we'll say apply. And then I'm going to just shrink down that a little bit like that. And then I'll just increase that up just a little bit more and say apply. And then I'll do it again. And I'll say apply. And maybe, just a tad more. And I'll say apply. Good. All right, so we'll just select the object mode of that, and we'll go File and Export Selection, save it over top of that same model, and go into Unity. All right, go into the Edit Details, just say Edit. Sort of, you saw them move a little bit. We'll just say Apply, and now let's hit play. And we can see, if we look here, that we've got some nice little movement of our grass there. And that looks a lot better than, say, for example, this one that's floating like crazy over there. So let's go ahead and fix another one. All right, so we'll go into our Maya here, And let's just go ahead and fix both of these guys as well. So we'll take this, and the first thing we'll do is just zero everything out right in the alpha. So we'll grab everything right like that, and we'll say apply. All right. And then I'll grab everything except for the bottom there. I'll just give it a small amount like that, and I'll say apply. I'll grab a little bit more. I'll say apply. I'll grab all of this. I'll say apply. All right. And so that one won't wave as much maybe because of the alpha amount here. All right. That's fine. Let's take this. This is grass 2. So we'll say file, export selection. And we'll save that over grass 2. Yes, all right. And while we're in here, let's go ahead and do this one as well. So we'll make this 0 again. We'll select all those vertices and we'll say apply. All right, then we'll grab maybe all of these guys and we'll say apply with a little bit more alpha and then a little bit more alpha and just a tad more alpha. Something like that. You don't want to go crazy with that, but a little bit goes a long way for that. So let's take this and we'll save this out as 3. And so we'll export that selection like that as well. So let's go check out in Unity what we have here. So we can see these are updating. So let's just go ahead and quick go edit and say apply. Go into this one, edit, and say apply. Let's see what happens to this little guy. Hey, you see it's no longer doing it. You can see it's also moving around a little bit. And you can see all of my grass out here, which looks like it's got a little bit too bright. You see that they're moving nicely, but not floating. All right. So just a nice little thing that you could do with that. Hope that helps. Have fun. Bye.